Here we have a plane showing the floor in my living room, and I'm going to place an animal on top of this floor in my living room. Here I'm going to show every single game object that can be placed within the game. Alright, here's my full UI just to quickly show requirement number 2. You can kind of see the buttons that are getting clicked by them being depressed. The first interaction is very obvious. Every animal can just wander around. The next interaction that I have is animals that will hunt other animals. And so as you can see, this bear here is going to hunt this sheep, and if he gets close enough, he's going to kill it. The next interaction I want to show is herding, and I'm going to display this with the sheep. The sheep will actually move together in a herd. The next interaction that I want to show is that of 2 buffaloes that will charge at each other. And when they hit each other, they'll kind of get knocked. Alright, so here I have a bunch of meat, some chicken, some sausages, and then way down here, there's a couple of tomatoes. And now I have it set so that animals will only be interested in eating certain types of food. So if I go here and I select the goat, which I have right now to permanently look for food, here the goat's going to ignore all of the meat. Okay, so the wolf here is also not interested in any of the vegetables that we have, mushrooms and peppers, right? And so if we go here and we get him a nice juicy steak, he'll be interested. So animals will only eat the kind of food that they like. Next I'm going to display the breeding interaction using rabbits. And so if we place rabbit here, gotta change to a place tool, and place the rabbit here, place the rabbit here, and they're male and female, which luckily that's what they were. You'll be able to watch them, they'll kind of just a little rabbit will appear. Now if we have a fish and we decide to place it out of water, it's not really going to like that. However, what we have here is a fish tank that we can actually place here. And we go back and we grab the marlin again, and if we place it inside of the fish tank, it'll be able to swim around. Now I've placed kind of a water hole over here on the ground, and what'll happen is the elephant I have really wants to take a drink, and so he's just going to wander on over to the water. Now when he gets here, he's going to go ahead and he's going to start drinking. Now I want to show you some of the tools that I've implemented and are part of my requirements. So here I'm going to select the delete tool, and all I have to do is click on the goat, or ibex I guess it's called, and it'll get deleted. Now I'm going to display the resize tool. I click it here, and this little user interface shows up. And if I click on it, it'll show the name up at the top, the ibex, and I'll be able to increase its size. Now I go back to the tools and I can click the rotate. I can click on this one over here and I'll be able to rotate it. Now I go back to tools and I have the move tool, and I'm going to select the one in the back here, and I can kind of move it whichever direction that I want. Okay, now for my first nice to have requirement, and my biggest one and most difficult one to implement, is this wall that I've created. And what I do is I place this wall flush with a couch or with, an actual wall, and it makes it so that animals won't actually cross over into these areas of the room. And I can go to this wall maker tool and I can actually remove it from view, so it's still there, but it's invisible. Now what's happening is you can kind of see some animals have already avoided it. But if animals are too close to this wall, they'll kind of walk along it instead of going through it. Something additional that I've added, and something that wasn't originally my requirements but that I'd like to throw on as a nice to have requirement, is this laser pointer tool. If I go here and I click the laser pointer, what's cool is that if I click and I can drag this laser pointer around, and they'll kind of just follow wherever it goes. And if I let go, it disappears and they kind of don't know what to do with themselves. Finally, the last nice to have thing that I included, and you've kind of been able to see it throughout the video, but it's this being able to actually show and hide this grid. So this grid kind of shows where we've detected a floor and where the animals will be able to be placed. Go over here and you click this tool, you can kind of just get rid of it,